I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, my sister, Maddie, and our salty dog, Stella. We started our adventure refitting a Lagoon 450 before taking on the massive project of resurrecting a sunken 2021 Leopard 50. It's been one heck of a ride, but we're on this adventure to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless.
Hey guys, this week we're going to do something just a little bit different. We have a lot of things to share with you that are kind of current and up to date, and we wanted to make sure that we give you all the info. So the first thing I want to do is take you on a little trip back in time. 4 years ago, we were in Colorado and we got an offer for someone to buy our pizza truck and catering company, which was the largest pizza truck it was the largest food truck in Colorado. She was magnificent. And the offer was a good offer. So we did it, we sold it. And then we decided to sell everything. Not with the intent originally of going sailing, but with the intent of travel and being able to make memories, because we've done so many things as a family through our construction days, which was like 20 years worth of hardship, struggling, and then some really fun times on the pizza truck and making some really terrific memories, to wanting to continue that. So it evolved into the boat.
It was a life pause. We were just going to take a life pause, go travel for a couple years, and then as frugally as possible, and then go back and grow up and go back to work, start another company or do something different. And we knew we didn't want to do that in Colorado. We wanted to see more of the country and, well,
more of the world, really.
And we like warm more than we like cold. Colorado's beautiful, but I think that we are definitely ocean, coastal, water type people.
So we dumped most everything into our first boat. If you guys remember, we had the Lagoon 450, and we did a major refit on her during COVID that ended up having a race boat in a storm fall on top of our boat, creating more damage and more delays. And 349 days later, lots of holes, lots of tears.
Watching Ty cut out the step and creating yet another hole was one of my darkest moments. Insert ugly cry.
Would you stop cutting holes in my boat?
There was an ugly hole, then I'm gonna put a pretty thing in its place.
There's holes in my boat.
There is holes in your boat. It's getting better. It has to get worse before it gets better, right, baby? Do you believe in me? You just know it's gonna be pretty and better than factory? Yeah? I love you, baby.
And a great education. We got to get into the water and start experiencing the cruiser life, and we loved it.
Oh, it was amazing.
We logged nearly 5,000 nautical miles in a very, very short period of time.
7 months. We got to go to Cuba and the VIs and back through the Bahamas and spearfishing with friends and barbecues on the beach and all the stuff that we really were just dying to get to after those 349 days.
And then we got an offer that we couldn't refuse again. But this one meant it was going to be a huge sacrifice, because we knew taking on this Leopard 50 project that sank, that it was going to take all of our efforts and all of our time and emotion and a lot of money.
Everything.
That we didn't have.
It was going to take everything.
So we took out a loan. Our reserves were spent on the 450, and we were into our cruising kitty, and that's where we started when we took on this adventure. And we didn't have everything that we needed to be able to see it full circle. We're going to do a video later after the refit is completely done and give you the entire cost breakdown from hauling it out to the point where we bought it to the point where she's beautiful.
Done. To where she, well, Beautifuler. So taking out the loan meant we had to fix her, but we needed to sell the first boat to be able to finish this boat.
And to pay off the loan.
Because remember, all the eggs were in the first basket. So we rallied together as a team in Georgia through the heat and the cold, and it was the fun boatyard that all of you guys have seen, and we got her floating, and we got her down here to Florida, where we took a pause again, because we had to finish what we started on the 450. In our opinion, we had to do it, finish the boat, and make it right before we sold it. And that, through delays and new sail drives, that took us 10 months to get through that. So the 10 months that it took us to get through that, we finally got the first boat sold. Her new owners love her so much and have been enjoying her in the Bahamas while we've been here working. But we paid off the loan, and we are now currently in the throes of this refit. So after the 10 months of fixing the other boat and another, gosh, what has it been, guys? 6 months of working and trying to get on this boat, moving 5 times. That brings us to the toll that it takes on you, on the cruiser, on us. And it has not been without its challenges. And I think everybody's paid a price in their own way.
So we wanted to just take a quick second and let everybody kind of voice their opinion and give you guys the kind of insider scoop on how we've been feeling. So I'm going to start with Sid. Sydney, love.
Yeah, I get to go first.
I know, you're the oldest out of my children, not out of the group. So I want to know kind of like where you're at with all of this.
It is difficult in a way for me. So for those of you who don't know, I'm 23 years old, and normally at this point in time, the little birdie has left the nest and they do whatever. They're on their own path at this point. And I started that at 19 when we sold the company and everything. That's a big reason why they sold the company, because of the offer, and Maddie and I didn't want to take over and drive that monster and do all of that. And I had a job and I was ready to set out on my own path, and Mom and Dad decided that they were going to go sailing, and they were gracious enough to include me and accept me onto their adventure. And so, sorry. I was 19 when that happened, and I've been doing all the stuff and the sailing and the working, and all of that has been absolutely phenomenal. We've made so many memories, and trying to balance actually getting on the water and going to the Bahamas on our boat and cruising and doing the lifestyle for us together, trying to balance going on that adventure and leaving the nest and starting my own adventure and doing it on my own. So that's very hard, because I know my circumstance, or our circumstance, is different. We're not living in Mom and Dad's basement just like freeloading and doing whatever. But at the same time, I feel like my life is on pause because I haven't been able to experience the things that was on the plan, and I haven't been able to branch out and do my own thing yet. So balancing this amazing adventure and opportunity with my family and being my own individual person and having my own adventure and starting my own life.
I can't imagine how hard that's going to be, Sid, to be able to manage that. What about you, Maddie? You've had a different journey than all of us. You've been on and off, and so what's it been for you?
So when we first started this journey, I was working for a shipwright in the boatyard, and I got to learn sanding, fairing, repainting, fiberglass, and I got to be part of a really cool experience, and I got to transfer that into our life. And through the whole 450 repair and for a very large chunk of the 50 repair, I was part of the fiberglass and the fairing and the structural apart, and I loved that because it was something that I really took interest in. And now we're kind of at a slower point where most of the things that are being done are Dad. It's on him to do it, and he might need a helping hand here and there, but there's really not a lot for me to do, and I'm kind of at the point that I feel like I don't really have a purpose, and I feel a little useless on the project because I don't really have much to contribute right now, and it's not to the fault of anybody, it's just how it works out, but that's more so what I've been struggling with.
It's interesting how the struggle is different for everyone. We're all in the same boat, right? But we all have something that nags on us or that we have to struggle with personally. And what about you, Kim?
It's been really super tough. There's so many ups and so many things that, are positives in this 4-year journey that we've been taking. But I feel like lately I'm going to call them unrealistic expectations, but I feel like they're not unrealistic and we just aren't meeting expectations. So and there are our own expectations, but still, we're not as far along as we thought we were going to be at this point in time. We thought we would be out cruising right now, and we're not. And so every day that we're here it's more time, obviously. It's more emotion, and it's more pennies that get picked out of our kitty to be able to go and explore and travel and do all the things. Airplane.
It's a jet, it moves fast.
Yeah. And do all the things that we wanted to do when we first started this whole process. So without being too wordy about it, I guess it's just the continued depressing, unrealized progress, or progress at such a slow pace, and we haven't had a home.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Kim. We haven't had a home. We came from a world where everything we did was on a schedule, and everything met schedule, and everything met time deadlines, and that's land life. And from the catering to the construction, everything happened on a very specific schedule that we always hit our mark. And coming into this, all this construction work that we're doing, right? It's a different building material, but we're still making stuff. Why is that so different? This 12 to 18 month process that we thought from when we bought the boat to when we would be living on it has now turned into 2 years. We're not ready to live on the boat again. We might have who knows how long until we're back on the boat. And that's taking a toll on me. I feel like I haven't been able to provide a stable haven for our family to regroup and rest in. We've moved 5 times. Our life is just chaos, no home, and it's one thing if it's 3 weeks in the boatyard. It's been month after month and quarter and seasons, and summers have come and gone, and it's hard, and it's tough.
So we had to make some decisions. You guys know that we ripped all the wire out of the boat. So right now her engines are currently wired in and they will operate, which is good because as grateful as we are for the generosity from Dave and Colleen and Aunt Marilyn and Fran and Haley
Yep.
in the canal for those 3 private docks that our boats were on, the time has come where we can't stay there anymore. So the house that we were at Fran and Haley's, it was under construction, and that construction is coming to an end, and they're getting ready to move into their house. And it isn't something that they want, is having people living and doing construction in their backyard, and I absolutely understand and appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it still meant that we had to figure out what we were going to do. And since we have no power on the boat, taking her, and we're not living on her because, well, there's no power on the boat and she's a mess. Taking a boat this size and putting her on anchor, given the fact that we are in rainy season and storms
Hurricane
come
season.
in and
Yeah.
blow like crazy on the spur of the moment, it's just not plausible or safe for her to be out anchored and us be far away. And then where do we keep the dinghy so that we can get back and forth? And there's all that complication. So
with all that being said, we needed a place, of course, to securely keep her, and it was not in the budget, but we're moving her to the dock
at
at Harbor Town.
a marina.
And yeah, at a marina, and she will be here for the foreseeable near future while we are getting on and off the boat, building these cabinets, doing all of that stuff. It wasn't what we expected, and the girls I know are struggling a little bit with, Madison's struggling with, feeling like she wants to be useful because she's so used to getting in there, and we're all of us getting in there and getting it done. And now a lot of this stuff kind of hinges on me, and I need help. Sid's got the video. Mads is trying to help wherever she can. Kim is my right-hand woman every day in the projects. So it's rough, but the girls have, to offset this, we've kind of all gotten jobs, right? So I do off-grid power consultations. I've got an awesome client list of people that we help. The girls have done babysitting, and looks like maybe is going to get a job waiting tables and what have you, because we got to pay for this while we're here, right? So I appreciate everybody kind of pitching in, knowing that we all have our own struggles. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but we want it to be right, not right now, right?
So, in an effort to not feel like we failed, we actually used a lifeline and we phoned a friend, our patrons, Frank and Shannon, and we kind of talked through everything with them, and just kind of saying it out loud, I think, gave us a pass, and to not feeling quite so low. That it's okay that we're still here, and it's okay that the projects are taking longer, even though it's not what we would prefer. It's still okay. And once we accepted that, I think it's made some of the process that you've been watching recently with finishing the utility room a lot more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been able to joke and play a little bit more, whereas before we were pretty stern and
Stressed.
task oriented because we were stressed. So, gosh, I guess that's the long way around that.
We just put a long date out there where we're removing the deadlines. We're removing that mental restriction, because when you don't hit it, it really affects everybody, and it's been a struggle to deal with. So,
And I know some of you guys have been asking, are you guys ever going to go sailing? And the answer is yes. We
Yes.
are. We're going to use this time on the dock to continue progress on the boat. And once she has power and we actually are living on her, the idea is, since we've secured a slip here, we know that we'll be able to go out and play and come back. So the idea is that we're going to take more time off to do a little bit more adventuring and kind of exploring and playing and enjoying and making more memories than just
Not time off of videos, just time off of work.
creating more content for videos.
but it's going to be more fun stuff. We want you guys to see, besides work, the kind of stuff that we do, and that you can do both sides of it, but it does take a family, and it does take support, and it takes a team that's all in, and we need to give ourselves that break and enjoy each other and enjoy this whole process. And we want to share that with you also. Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
say something really quick? I think that overall, because it was an emotional, of course, not everything we do is on camera, but it was an emotional sit-down family conversation of, are we going to take this big step and take the pause, because that really affected us for a long time, of thinking if we don't just keep going and get it done, we're not going to get there. And taking the big emotional pause and having the conversation as a family to stay and do it right instead of doing it now.
You guys staying on the project versus leaving and starting your own lives, feeling like you didn't get to reap the rewards of all the hard work you guys have done.
Because damn it, I deserve it. But I think once we all came to that decision as a family that this is what's best for us, the boat, and the future, and the adventure, that there was an overall sigh of relief and a feeling of a weight being lifted, because we know that it's still going to get done. It's just not going to be crushing emotionally and mentally and physically, and we can just be.
I think we've reset our when we're going to go sailing deadline at least 15 times. And we've given people, oh, we're going to leave in January. Oh, we're going to be done in February. Oh, maybe it's going to be May. Now it's going to be June. And every time we don't hit that, I feel like people roll their eyes, and we roll our eyes at ourselves and are like,
And it's
we
hard.
didn't make it.
It's hard too, because then we're also not only managing our expectations, but then we're managing everybody's expectations. And we have received some comments that have been less than nice about our situation, whether it's we are made of money, because they just don't see that we have truly earned our place here, and we have worked for it for a long time, and they don't understand that or don't care to look into it, or I don't know what it is. But then it's like, oh, this is what you're doing. Well, I thought you'd be doing this, and it's
defeating.
It's defeating. It's hard, and we're doing our best, and we're trying to do what's best for our family.
But besides supporting each other, I don't know how you guys feel, but we read every comment and we talk about every comment, and
We feel so much support
Oh my
from
God, guys. You guys are
99.9% of the people.
Overwhelming support.
From 99.9% of the people that are out there, you guys watching us. But
Well, and I remember when we first started, we just were putting videos out for family and friends, just to kind of show people the fun stuff we were doing. And then it turned into, hey, maybe we should try to do this channel thing and do it right and do a good job. And you just keep putting yourself and your experiences, good, bad, indifferent, ugly, happy, everything, into the ether. And there was a while we didn't get any response, and now, oh my God, guys, your support and responses and comments, it makes all the difference. It really makes all the difference. And so thank you so much for all of that and all of your guys' support.
It pushes even further to, no matter where we are or what the current situation is, the overwhelming positive support. It just pushes and reinforces the fact even further that we are here to die with memories and not dreams.
And don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. If you want to do something, do it. And if it's worth doing, it's going to be hard. People ask us what it takes to do this, and I'll tell you right now,
Everything.
it takes everything. It takes everything you've got. It takes all of your motivation and your stamina and money and everything. It takes everything that you've got, but it is absolutely worth it. The community, the experience, the time together with family.
So I think where we're going with this is we're at a marina for an undisclosed period of time because we just don't know. And that's okay.
That's okay.
We've already had one mishap at the marina. We were involved in a hit and run.
And they ran.
We were the ones that got hit, and they were the ones that ran. So Sid's going to show a clip of some of that. Our patrons got that information, I don't know, a week or so ago. So we want to catch everybody else up on what happened there. And basically, thank you. Subscribe, like,
That was
ring
an
the
emotional.
bell.
I know that was an emotional video and kind of heavy, but we wanted to bring you guys into our lives and just share with you the things that aren't seen every week on the videos. And we again appreciate your support, and we do love you guys. You make it so worth it. You make it so much fun, and we love meeting you and interacting with you online. And it really is a community, and we are very grateful for it and very thankful. So if you're new here, please subscribe and make sure you click that bell so that you never miss a Dauntless video, whether we're crying or laughing or sweating or bleeding.
It all happens. Sometimes all at once.
Sometimes all at once.
As we said before, our patrons did already see the hit and run incident, so if you're interested in some of that exclusive content, head over to patreon.com and we would be overjoyed to have you as part of that family as well.
So with all that being said, thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for the support. And until next time, you guys have a great...
We're awkward sometimes. So thank you for joining us and being a part of the family. We'll see you next week, I guess. That was weird.
I love that.
We're awkward. And
That was true to form right there.
Just use that.
use that. Use that.
do you have anything to say? Thank you.